that first season, if you think about like, it was a full calendar year. For the first 6 months, we were doing 11-day fortnights. I was in every single day. I think I had probably about like 5 or 6 days off in the first season, if
you
even.
just did drama school training in your job.
It was just like, it was a baptism of fire. And like, once you've done that, all of those memories are in you, all of those emotions that you've already experienced. So if you have to draw back on something, it's already there. Like, it's a part of you as a person. But the thing is with Claire, like, that's a decade's worth of work. Do you know what I mean? And I think in the beginning, like, I remember I read so many books about nurses in the Second World War, and I'd like 1940s music loads, and I had music that would be able to make me cry, and I had music that would be able to, like, I don't know, make me angry and all of that kind of stuff. And I used to struggle a lot, like, with things would distract me on set. And sometimes I remember if I had like an emotional scene, it was very hard for me not to get like sort of frustrated by things.
Yeah.
And then sometimes in that tension, I would use that tension to then get me into the place. So sometimes I was wondering, I'm like, am I looking for tension right now?
Did you ever ask Sam stuff because he'd been at drama school? Or did you guys ever have, did you ever have like a not Sam and Claire, Jamie and Claire, like, they have a song?
No.
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 Okay, that's great then. It's crazy thinking about going from like the Paris stuff in season, what was that, 2?
Season 2.
Up to like the Frasers having a whole family and all of us moving on to
grandmother.
the ridge. You being a grandmother, I've graying your hair, aging you in such a wild way that they would just be like, yeah, she's like a grand now, and we're all like, okay, like 2 of the most beautiful people in the world that are being aged.
The sad thing is, it's possible. If I had grown up in Glasgow, I could be a grandmother right now.
True, that's true. And also in that time. At that time.
Sorry, everybody in Glasgow. I love you loads.
And in that time, in the 1700s, that's what happens.
That's what happens.
I had 4 kids by the end of it. Horrific.
I mean, my last 2 jobs, it's been quite a kind of come to Jesus moment, because I've had children who are in their early 20s, and I'm like, this is actually possible. So
it's true. Me and a friend were talking about that because she's now got her first mum role.
Oh,
and
really?
She's like, I'm in mum world now, and I was like, brother, I have been in mum world since I was in my early 20s on Outlander. Had kids straight away.
You had many children. How many did you have? 5?
4 or 5? 4? I think we have 4 by 4. Do we have 5? That's terrible. I should know that.
I can't believe you don't know your
Love
children.
them all so the same. Love them equally. No, but you never see them conceived, and then you've only seen one of them be born. I remember Matt Roberts coming to me being like, "You're getting a birth scene," and I was like, "Wow!" I was thrilled.
And pop.
And that's
so easy. That was actually quite an easy birth for you, wasn't it?
Well, no,
no, it wasn't actually.
We thought I was going to die in the scene.
I'm like, that was so easy.
That was an easy.
I didn't have to like.
No, that's the
turn
one where Cesar had to suck my prosthetic nipple in order to bring the baby along. Lest we not forget, we must mention that.
Wow.
Cesar, the most French man you've ever met in your life. A chic
I
Frenchman.
totally forgot about that.
Can you imagine Cesar Donboy being told you're going to have to suck your best mate's nipple? And the whole thing is that it's to help your baby.
It's to arouse you.
To
calm you.
And he's going, this is insane. We would never do this. And then people are going, we're giggling it, going, no, it's actually a thing. People did it. Yeah.
Some people find childbirth erotic. Having gone through childbirth, I don't know who the fuck those people are.
I don't know any women in my life that's had a baby that would agree. No, the boobs though, because I couldn't feel a breeze of any kind. Like we would do the scene. Cesar would be doing it.
It's like a hot water bottle for your boobs.
It was awful. You'd be there. Everyone would be like chilling, hanging out after, and then I'd have my boobs out, sat there, being like, cool. And then Patrick, would come over, and all the crew would be looking up, like looking to the ceiling, and I'd be like, what's happening? And Patrick would come over and go, if you just want to
cover yourself up.
Yeah,
and you're like, but oh no,
and I
was
like, yeah. And I was like, because I don't have a breeze, it doesn't feel like it's mine. So I'm going, oh right, yeah, sorry, cover it all up. And everyone was like, it's dead weird actually that these aren't yours, but you're sat out like it's a proper sex scene.
It's a lot of boobs out.
You must have made some real friends on that crew with the amount of stuff you were having to do.
Oh my god.
What an amazing crew though for
What
that.
an amazing crew, and I miss them. Like Marnie and Andy are my two, like, they were there for, I mean, Andy was my driver from, I think I had Ewan for about a week, and then Andy was my driver for 11 years.
Yeah.
Marnie came on season 2, so I had Marnie for 10 years.
Marnie
or
was
whatever.
costume.
Marnie was costume
Yeah.
standby, and like, it's like these people are
You count your best friends.
like
Family.
my family.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's like so many of the camera crew, and like so many of, I mean, like there's a lot of our crew were there for the entirety of the show.
Yeah.
And
Do
it's
you feel
weird. Like I feel like there was a long time where I was like, oh, we're just on hiatus and we'll go back and I'll see them. And now you're like, oh, you're not going to see them again.
That's how I feel.
Which
now,
is so weird.
I mean, it's the most, I don't think many people will ever experience what you experienced in your life. I think it is a kind of once in a lifetime thing to have gone onto a show the way that you had a week's notice to go on, get to Scotland, move your whole life, and your cat.
My cat, Eddie.
R.I.P.
Eddie.
Yeah. He was there when we
Legend.
did the
She.
first one.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Lauren.
Wow.
I knew that. Edit that out.
Edwina.
Edwina, of course.
Patsy had RIP'd before we got to Scotland.
Okay,
But,
okay.
yeah.
But then to do that and be where you are now, I think, and to have skyrocketed, like you're, to some people you're so famous, but to other people,
But it's
you're
so nice
not.
and also so not, which is so
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah.
I had a weird thing actually. Halloween night, we were in Calgary, and we went out for some drinks in the one
This
bar.
is you
in-
filming your show with Cousin from the Bear. That's what
yeah.
I'm gonna call it.
So we were in a little tiny town which is like an hour from Calgary, and the Bear is so huge there, and Eben is so, like, everywhere we would go, people would be like, "Hey, cuz, the Bear," and it was really nice because we would just sort of sit back, myself and the other actors, we'd be like, hee hee hee. And to the point, like, we were having a really fun night on Halloween, and I was dancing with this woman. we were
random
like,
woman.
yeah, but it was like kind of, it's very country there. It's sort of
Got
a
you.
bit like
Super
Texas.
into it. Yeah, I love it.
So there's a bit of, I don't know, it wasn't hoedown, but
Line
you know,
dancing.
it was sort of a mix between a waltz and a line dance. I don't know what I was doing.
Do you-
She said to me, "You obviously don't dance." And I was like, "Not this kind."
I think of you as a seasoned dancer.
I dance in other ways.
Yeah.
But it was funny because we were all dancing with each other. It was just like a big group of people, and it was very wholesome. And there's like
Love it.
sort of like multi-generational kind of
I've got such
crowd.
an image. Yeah. Community.
It was a community,
Yeah.
like, and I guess like a local band and all this. And we'd been dancing for maybe, a minute or so. I'd probably stood on her feet twice or 3 times at this point. And then all of a sudden towards the end she went, "Wait, are you?" And I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
"What?" And she was like, "Outlander?" And I was like, oh yeah. So it's really weird. Like people don't
She hadn't registered.
really recognize
Did she
me.
freak
And
out
that,
afterwards though? Photo, the whole thing.
I mean, she was
Have you ever done one where you've gone, "Do you want a photo?" and they've gone, "No, it's fine."
no.
They've always said yeah.
I've never offered it up.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
if somebody's not asking, I'm not offered.
I think I've once or twice been like, "Oh, do you want a photo or something?" And then as soon as I've said it, been like, "What have you done? What if they say no?" Or like maybe once they've gone, "Nah, you're all right." You're like,
Okay.
"Fuck, okay." That's nice though.
So
That's a
but that
perfect place
actually
to be.
happens quite a bit, like where people are like, "Wait, you look familiar?" And I'm like, "Okay," and then I slink away.
It's lovely. That's a
It's
lovely
nice.
place to be.
Yeah.
I had a terrible one. I don't think I've ever told you this. Season 5, I think it would have been. 2019 Glastonbury. And I was due to film. And I can say
Is this
now.
when you had your blue hair or no?
This was I think after Blue Hair.
Okay.
I think we were in post Blue Hair.
Okay.
I dyed my hair blue for everyone listening, and it was the worst decision I've ever made. And I thought it would.
It
wash
didn't
out.
go away.
It didn't go away, and the Outlander team were mortified. That's why we're loads of bonnets in season 5.
Lots of bonnets.
And I'd actually negotiated to wear less, and so then I had to eat my own hat, literally. And I had got tickets to Glastonbury, but Outlander, like, you don't get time off. Like, you can't just be like, "Hey, can I have
No.
this week off. They don't.
No.
It doesn't work like that. You just
For someone who got married during a season.
There you go.
Yeah. they
you're
don't have
owned.
to-
You're owned.
They're like, you can have 2 days. I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah, that
thank
was
you.
mental. That's mental. And I
Still no honeymoon,
Well,
and I'm
here,
not bitter.
next time use this tip, because this tip was the
Oh,
only
what
thing.
did you do?
This is apparently more severe than your wedding. Is I emailed Joe the second at the time and said, hey, I have a gynecological operation.
Wow.
And I knew that if it was on the Thursday, they couldn't travel me on the Thursday, so then I couldn't work on the Friday. So then I'd get the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I could realistically be back if I had to be back on the Monday.
Oh.
So then I emailed and said, and the truth is that I actually did have a gynecological operation, just not on that day. And I said, I've got a gynecological
And then
operation.
she went to Glastonbury.
And I went to Glastonbury. And then when I was
Lauren
at Glastonbury, Joe calls me. I am inebriated. Joe starts calling, and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So I think it's a smart decision to get my best friend to text her saying, hi, this is Lauren's best friend texting. Lauren's driving at the moment. Anything I can do to help? And she was like, well, we actually need you back Monday morning rather than Tuesday, so we'll need to fly you up Sunday night. And I was like, oh my god, what am I going to do? So I was like, yeah, no problem. Figure that out later. And then I went, partied, and in the 10 we were partying at a
All
girl,
Saturday night.
on whatever day it was. Then a girl turned around to me and pointed at me and went and I thought I knew her, and I was like and she was a fan, and she came over and she was like, oh my god, can I get a photo? And I was like, yeah,
Just don't post
just
it.
don't post it today. And she went, I would never do that to you. And I was like, no, it's fine, you can do it like in a couple of days, just I'm not meant to be here right now. And she was like, I'll never do that to you. And I don't think it ever went on mine. The Sunday night I stayed up all night. I then at 4 a.m. got the train, got like the bus to then get a train
Oh my god.
back to Waterloo, got off at Waterloo like a zombie, got a cab back to
Sleeper?
my house.
Or no.
No, it was
you
like
got a flight
Got,
early.
yeah, back to my house, turned the thing around, car came, picked me up I don't know what day it was by that point, straight into a flight, up north, film the next day. And there's a photo of
But you
me.
see, you can do that when you're that age.
I know. It was
I used to be able to
crazy.
do things like that in my 20s.
Yeah.
You should be doing things like that in your 20s.
Yeah, I don't regret it. Sorry, Outlander, but we're done now.
Yeah. I think in your 20s, as long as you can, like, show up and do your work, because you can,
Yeah.
I think, at that age.
Well, and you know what the funny thing is? The reason I had to come up was because they said it's a really important scene to do. The scene was you guys all doing something in
Were
the
you, like,
foreground.
standing in the back?
Stood in the back, digging.
Throwing up into a hole.
Stood in the back, digging. Me and Cesar.
Digging.
Just dig that hole over there.
We'd never dug in the show in our lives.
Oh my
But we're
God.
digging.
See,
Ridiculous.
I am so glad that in my 20s I wasn't acting, because I have many of those stories from my
Yeah.
20s, but they were so inconsequential because I didn't have like a responsible thing to do.
Yeah, because you were just a big time Hollywood model.
I wasn't a
Well, you were Karl
I wasn't a
Lagerfeld
Hollywood
was-
model.
You were
I was
a Hollywood model.
I was a Paris. No, I'm
The
joking.
most Hollywood thing I was telling Jimmy earlier, the most Hollywood thing I remember about you is on season 3 starting, and in the studios in South Africa, I'd be like, what are you doing later? And you'd be like, I'm doing some yoga. And you had a personal yoga teacher come.
I
to the
fucking
studios.
loved her. I actually think about her occasionally, being like, if I ever have to go there again, like, how am I going to find her? Because I don't remember her name, but she was amazing.
You were like, do you not do that? And I was like, what the fuck is she talking about? You were so Hollywood. And I was like, yeah, no, totally. That's
Well, now
so
you get
normal.
it. Like, you have to.
Oh no, I totally get it now.
You have to like that. I think that's one of the things people don't understand. Like, when you're filming, you have to be kind of like a pro athlete. Although I'm so not a pro
She
athlete.
said it right
Ah,
here. She's a pro
No,
athlete.
but you have to like really fucking take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Like, people are always like, oh, it must be so fun, and like you guys must be hanging out all the time. You're like, no, I'm going home. I'm like so boring. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm like
You got
trying
rid-
to eat healthy. I'm like
Yeah.
trying to work out when I can because I can't get sick.
You
And
also
I am
got
now
like
old.
back and rib problems. Did you not from wearing a corset for so long?
Yeah.
So, cool.
Still got those.
Yeah, cool.
So that bit about Glastonbury is mad.